Hello everyone and welcome to Woman vs. Crohn's. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm thankful that you're here and watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and from that, obviously I'm a woman, and hopefully obviously, and B is that you can't see that I have Crohn's disease because it is a disease that is on the inside, and often we get the comments of "but you don't look sick.com." So that's where my title came from, is Woman vs. Crohn's, the battles that I go through as a woman with Crohn's disease, being a mother, wanting more children, being a wife, as well as a daughter, a sister, an aunt, all that kind of stuff, but then also working full-time. So I have a lot on the plate that I just really want to have not a support group, but a support group, if that makes sense to you. So thanks for coming and watching. I'm just going to be doing a brief update of my follow-up appointment after my colonoscopy that I had a couple weeks ago. So I did full scope videos for those of you who want to watch those. Go ahead and watch those. There's 2 days before, the night before, the day of, after, all that kind of good stuff. That's the fun of having a scope done. I did videos of it. Briefly, I was diagnosed in 2008 with Crohn's disease. I just turned 28 today, so it's been a little while. I've been on so many meds, and I'm going to do like a medication video strictly. I have to try to remember and maybe ask my doctor next time I see her before I do one, just because at that time I wasn't recording or writing down. I was also new and trying to digest having Crohn's disease. What is this? What does it entail? Going through all the medications really quickly and none of them working. And I was also a full-time university student at the time as well, and just really trying to finish my degree, which was hard. With this disease, it faces its challenges. So I guess I had never really mentioned that before too, but I have gone through being a university student and having Crohn's disease while going through like all the different medications. So I didn't know what side effects I was going to get. I didn't know how they would affect me, and it was a trying time. Like I was on steroids for probably a whole semester, and that was tough. So anyway, I'm getting off the course, and I want to make this not a crazy long video, and I'm going to really try to talk like I would normally talk in person, and not like I'm trying to talk slowly so that you will understand me. Going back on my videos, my shyness is coming across as a slow talker, and I'm going to try to really talk normally, and hopefully you can understand, and it's not too fast, but it's not boring at the same time. Okay? Thumbs up. Give me some encouragement. There's people out there. Are you out there? I don't know. No one ever comments. Alright, so at my appointment, I was weighed for the first time in a really long time. In my head, I had a number like post-pregnancy and just post-steroids. And we all know that A, they're both hard to lose that weight. Steroid weight is hard. And then B, pregnancy weight is hard to lose too. So I had a number in my head of what I thought I weighed, and I don't really weigh myself. Like, I don't focus on weight so much, because I find people just get so caught up in the number when it's more than the number, and it's more than what you ate and what time. It's just too many things, and I find people get too depressed over these things, so I just don't focus on the number too much. I know how I feel, and I know that I'm in control. So I hadn't been weighed in a really long time, especially by, like, a legit scale, so the nurse weighed me first, and honestly, like, my jaw dropped, and I said, that's it? So I have not been dieting, nothing, like, and that was, like, 8 pounds less than I thought I weighed in my head. And then, unfortunately, I got the flu that night, and probably dropped another 2 to 3 pounds, so I'm probably down 10 pounds without, like, dieting, but also, like, I feel a little bit in my stomach, but I don't feel like I've lost 10 pounds, if that makes sense. I know for some of you, if you don't have Crohn's disease or haven't been on steroids, it's hard to explain what that weight's like, and it never really goes away because it's synthetic weight. So anyway, yeah, so apparently I've lost like 10 pounds. I didn't mean to, so it's worrying when you have Crohn's disease too, because that's the last thing to happen if your disease is really bad. So you don't ever want to be losing weight really quickly. That's a bad sign. So anyway, for now it's okay. After that, she told me, she asked me, how did you find that your scope was? And I was like, good, I was asleep, wasn't I? No. So, go watch my video, but I'm really hard to put to sleep, for doctors to put to sleep, and she said that she gave me a little bit less of the fentanyl, which makes me go to sleep, with the other 2 drugs, and she said I've lost weight since then, so she probably should give me more, but I don't remember anything. Like, I don't remember being awake, I don't remember talking to her or the nurse or anything, so it's kind of like embarrassing. I don't know what I said. Just thinking, I can't even think about it. So I was completely blown away when she told me that I had been awake for the entire procedure. No recollection. I have no memory. I have nothing, and that is terrifying. Anyway, mind blown. So, after that we went over my drug choices. So, like I said, I'll do a detailed drug, but for my Crohn's, she said it's active moderate, so it's not mild. We can't get away with, like, untreating it, and I'm not at the point of surgery yet, so that's really good news. So really, the options, there aren't many when you have moderate Crohn's disease. The first one would be Imuran. If I take Imuran, even if it's just half an Imuran, I throw up, like, all the time. So, I don't tolerate it. I get very, very, very sick from it. Next is methotrexate, which, as a female in my childbearing years, and especially wanting another baby soon, she won't even go there because it has risk of miscarriage and birth defects. So, we don't even go there yet. Next is Remicade, which I was on for a year and a half, and then I started gradually having allergic reactions, like the shortness of breath, I got hives, just all that kind of stuff, so I can't take it anymore. The risk of reaction is too high. Next is Humira, so it's really next and last. I was on Humira for almost a year before I got pregnant, and I went off it right before I got pregnant because I just don't feel comfortable. It does pass through the placenta, so the baby would be exposed, and that's not something I'm okay with right now. I don't know. To each their own. I'm not a doctor, so whatever I say is just my personal experiences and opinions. So basically, the plan for now is to go through Humira again, and I negotiated with her because it is my body, and she totally supports that, and I said, can I do this for 3 to 4 months, and then stop, especially if I get pregnant. I want to focus on that, and I don't feel comfortable being on a biologic when I'm pregnant. So she said, absolutely, it's up for negotiation, you're in control. So basically what I want to do is just get as much as I can in me in the next 3 to 4 months, and hopefully that will heal some of the ulceration and the swelling and the bleeding and all that kind of stuff, help with my narrowing, and get it under control a little bit, and then I have a 50-50 shot of my pregnancy putting me back in remission or not. As an autoimmune, it's a 50-50 though, so we don't know. So that's my plan. I'm waiting for the funding to go through right now. So even in Canada, we have really good a healthcare system. Myself and my husband both have benefits. However, this is going to have to go through our benefits and more, because it's about $1,000 a shot, and once you're regulated, it's about 1 shot every 2 weeks, if not bumped. The initial injection that I have to have in hospital just to make sure I don't have reaction this time is 4 shots the first day. and then 2 weeks after that it's going to be 2 shots, and then after that it's going to be 1 every 2 weeks. So I'm waiting for a company to find all the funding for all this. So once I find out about that, then they'll call me and let me know. I also have to have preliminary blood work again. I just had blood work like last month or 2 months ago, but they have to do it again. I've already been tested for TB and all those kind of things that you have to be screened for before you start Humira, and I haven't been to any countries, or I haven't, like, it's not a factor for me, so I don't have to be retested for any of that. I was really happy. No steroids, no surgery yet. So you gotta kind of weigh your pros and cons and all that kind of stuff with being sick. And Humira, it's not fun. It hurts, and the side effects and the risks are really bad. But at the same time, I have 10 to 15 inches of diseased bowel already. So I'm only 28, and I know a lot of you have no colon, or they have no bowel, or whatever, and it's so sad, but anyway, I'm lucky, but at the same time, I still have that huge area of diseased stuff, so I have to get it under control for me to be healthy and to be a mother and all those things. So the Humira will hopefully help with that. So as for my narrowing, I asked about that. She said for now it's fine. It's just very mild. Like, she felt resistance with the scope, but she could get through. So basically what it is just the ulcerations scarring and forming on top of each other. It's just scar tissue from ulcerations, scarring, and forming, and permanently. So that's scary. So eventually it's going to get really bad and be a big obstruction that I'll have to get surgically removed, is basically it. I'll have to get it removed eventually. Dora? That's my son. So yeah, that's the update on that. For now, it's good. We just keep an eye on it. So I kind of talked a little bit about Humira and pregnancy. If I get pregnant before the funding goes through, then I probably won't start it. And she suggested not being pregnant, starting it, and then getting pregnant on it, kind of thing. So, who knows? If it takes a long time, like, we want a baby. I want to get pregnant, like, before February. So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And I can talk about that more in another video. But I just wanted to keep this short and do a quick update of my follow-up appointment from my scope. So it was pretty much what I expected, and I'm happy that, I don't know if you guys heard that, and I'm really glad that she agreed with my plan, the Humira for 3 to 4 months. I guess I just have a couple questions for you guys. For any of you who have been on Humira or have taken it, do you guys opt for the release pen so that you just inject the needle and it self-triggers, or do you do the injections yourself? And when you're doing the injections, I know for me it's not so much the needle, it's the injection hurts so much. And if there's anything that you guys do, or you found tricks or anything to make it not hurt so much, like, do you just push it right through? Like, I know it takes me forever because it burns. In the past, I always did my legs, like my thighs, too. I know you can do your stomach, so I might try that route this time. Do you guys have any advice on that? Like, does it hurt less in your stomach, or more in your stomach? Less in your legs, more in your legs? Anything like that? I would be so grateful to hear your stories and your tips on this, as I don't know anyone, right? Like, it's hard, so again, would love to hear some feedback from you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, watch my old videos, let me know if you have any questions, or share your stories with me. If you're watching this, you probably have Crohn's disease or something like that, so I know you're not healthy, but I hope these videos find you in health, or at least happiness, or at least strength. So if you're not very healthy right now, please find the strength in something else, and don't forget to be appreciative of the small things. So maybe I'll end this video with something that I'm grateful for. I have so many things that I want to do, like an appreciation or gratefulness video being a sick person, but still finding the things to be grateful for. It can be anything. Like, be grateful that I could go to work today. I could drive. I could kiss my son. I could hang out with my sister and my husband. I celebrated another birthday today. We have electricity. I like little things. I don't know. Like, I look around and I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for the clothes I have, the food I eat, the roof over my head, my son, my husband, my family, love, and just find the positive in things. There's always positives. I know life's challenging. We all go through it, but let's find the strength in things. So, tell me what you're grateful for, okay? Have a great day. Have a good weekend. It's almost the weekend. And I don't know how to... I hope you're well. Bye.